I'm trying to do something that's kind of different. I'm trying to make a living making functional art. I'm trying to explain to people why it's special to connect around a table, and elevating that experience is a really special thing. I think this is my contribution to that ritual. My name is Marcello Ortega, and I'm the founder of Marcello Ceramics in Dallas, Texas. I could close my eyes and I'm just thinking. Once you get into a rhythm, there's almost no thinking, and that's the state of flow that you want to achieve. Everything just becomes blurry besides the work. So the studio makes two types of work. It makes functional work, which would be plates, cups, and then we make sculptural work. I think art and business not only can coexist, but they really support each other. I think that's something I've constantly trying to lean into, not just the art side, but also how can I provide a living for myself and the people who are working with me. I don't want to have beautiful work that no one gets to see. I don't think there's any glory in that. They say you really do eat with your eyes, and you're looking at the food and the plate most of the time that you're having a dining experience. I kind of gravitate towards food people, like people who just want to eat and are concerned about, have you eaten lately? I'm trying to explain to people why it's special to connect around a table and connect with friends and family. So I grew up in a family of Chilean immigrants, in a very tight-knit family. And my mom would come home, cook a meal every single night, and we would all get together and eat, the five of us. But I saw how hard my parents worked all the time, and I think that was a big goal for me, was to be able to have that financial security and be able to give them financial security. I went to SMU here in Dallas and majored in finance and economics. I worked in investments and corporate finance for about 5 years. I was first introduced to ceramics in high school. I loved it. I never thought I would do it again. Then I went to SMU, did 1 semester of ceramics, my last semester there. My goals kept changing between a hedge fund to then consulting to then corporate finance, but I still felt like I was looking for something else. Around that time, I moved into Deep Ellum and really started to meet a lot more creatives, and that's when I started to think of ceramics. And that was like right before I did it. So yeah, I probably could have planned a little bit better. So Leslie Marshall had an art business, and she was also in charge of curating a residency program at a big company in North Texas. And the prompt is, what is home to you as an artist? And so for me, home is my family, my culture, and dining around a table. Long story short, I got it. I decided to leave that 9-to-5 life, dive in head first. So once the project ended, to be honest, I didn't have a business plan. It was like, how do I make money selling ceramics? You feel imposter syndrome. I definitely didn't have a BFA or an MFA, but right when I was kind of considering all that, I landed a restaurant owner. The owner of Beverly's wanted to commission 900 plates. My biggest order up until that point was 72. But I mean, I left that meeting ready to run through a wall. Like, I knew I could do it. Beverly's was very successful, and it was also kind of a showroom for me. The orders grew from there, and if there was a slow period, I'd go try to have more conversations. Today, when a new or existing restaurant comes into the studio, my questions are, how are we going to either tailor this to your restaurant, or what kind of a combination are we going to put together that'll make your art look the best? I was contacted by one of the top restaurants in the world to make plates for them. I'm like, what? Like, how did you even know who I was? Last year, I came out with our own line of plates, so that was the biggest initiative to start connecting with people who wanted to have these in their home. We ended up building this gallery space where we made it a retail space during the week, but then also a special events room where we can host dinners. So again, it's just continuing to find ways to promote that idea of conviviality, people connecting with each other, people using the art and doing it over food It's very common for people to be polarized. So I think today we have to try harder than we've ever tried before to bring the climate down. What we're doing here is doing that through art, doing that through ceramics, food, music, and whatever else we think of next. It's overwhelming to think about what I'm doing now versus what I used to do for work, but you start to get to the point where you feel a little bit of momentum, and you're starting to connect with people, you're making something that you feel good about, that people feel good about, and so that's a really, really nice place to be right now.